Thank you. I assume you can see my slides.
Your slides look great.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So one thing this paper is trying to do is to look at responsible AI as a key technology tool that is with transformative impact looking forward, and how open data, democratized open data, is critical to enabling responsible AI, right? So just to set the context, AI is emerging as a transformative technology of our time, whether it's towards enabling innovation, new discoveries, economic development. It's impacting all of science and society. It also has concerns, whether it's around privacy, whether it's around fairness and bias, whether it's around misinformation, intellectual property. And again, transparency, openness becomes important towards addressing these negative impacts. So this paper is taking a look at, from the mechanics of enabling and democratizing responsible AI, what an important role cyber infrastructure and data infrastructure can play, right? So if you're looking first, the benefits of democratizing AI are manifold, right? Whether it's in terms of the quality of the AI research that's going on, the pace of innovation, the increasing the diversity of contribution, increasing the individuals and the range of individuals who can be part of this AI research and development ecosystem is only going to increase the quality and pace of the research. It's going to provide different perspectives, different approaches to AI, which is increasing the quality and the responsible aspects of AI. It also lead to more inclusive contributions towards the artifacts, whether it's the data, whether it's the model, the algorithms. You increasing the diversity of contributions there is going to improve, make these more fair, more ethical, more responsible, right? So there is a benefit in democratizing responsible AI, and there are different dimensions to that, whether it's through policy and regulation, with training and workforce, but making sure there's access to infrastructure, including to data infrastructure, is critical towards democratizing responsible AI. The paper then went along to explore some of the barriers towards democratizing data, towards democratizing responsible AI, right? And these included the awareness, making sure the communities are aware of what data is out there, what data is available, and how to say, providing an ability to access and use that data from a skills perspective, providing access to data, and that goes beyond making it just open, right? Make sure that it is truly and equitably accessible by providing the support infrastructure, the mechanics of getting to that data, and then building a community around it, so the individuals using the data feel that they are part of a larger community where the research is going on, right, find out who else is using the data, who else is part of that research community. And then finally, providing the right guardrails around the technology, around the data, so that we do build models and applications of AI that are responsible. The paper then looked at two efforts that were emerging. One was in this federal space that's part of a broader effort as part of the US federal government to explore a research ecosystem that truly democratize access to infrastructure towards AI and other research. This includes mandates in terms of the public access memo that's on the right here, which talks about making data freely, immediately, and equitably accessible. Right, this is data coming out of federally funded research, and it explicitly emphasizes equity, both in terms of how they can share the data and make it accessible, but also making sure that the data, that the users of data can access and actually use the data, and that is shared. But on the left, you see different efforts around supporting the democratization, the infrastructure to democratize access to the infrastructure, but also through that to the science and engineering research, including AI research that is enabled by the data and infrastructure. One project here that I'll emphasize is the National AI Research Resource, which is there was a task force set up that looked at what it would take to democratize AI R&D to make sure that everybody can contribute and benefit from research that's being done in AI, and recognizing that AI is dependent on access to data and computation. So the recommendation here was creating a cyber infrastructure that can provide the data and the computing resources that enables, and the expertise and training that can enable everybody to contribute to the AI R&D ecosystem, right? To spur innovation, to improve the diversity of talent in AI, and improve capacity for AI R&D, and also advance trustworthy AI by providing open access, equitable access to the infrastructure needed for AI. And data infrastructure was an integral part of the recommendations of this report, both in terms of providing access to data, supporting the use of data, but also making sure that there are the right guardrails around making sure that the data protects privacy and civil rights and civil liberties and leads to responsible AI R&D. Another project that's highlighted in the paper is a recent effort that was funded by the National Science Foundation towards supporting the recommendations of the NAIR report that I presented in the previous slide. This is focused on providing a service infrastructure that can provide the essential services that can provide access and equitable access to data, right? So how can you discover the data? How can you access the data? How can you integrate it within your workflows? How can you use computing resources, whether in the cloud or as part of national infrastructure, to process the data and share the results? So what are the core services that are needed to be able to support such a equitable and broad access and use of data? Complementing that, what are the key training requirement to get people to overcome some of the knowledge and access barriers that exist? It was driven by 3 key use cases, but has a broader mandate. The immediate use cases were around food security, early earthquake warning, and wildfires. There's a URL here where you can find a lot more information about this project. So with that, let me stop and thank you, Nancy and Julia, for listening, and let me hand